One of the things I thought it'd be really cool to do before all of my videos release this week for the NFC North is to go through and predict how I think the division will finish based off the information I got from each guest that's going to talk about their team and based off my own research and how I'm feeling. And so I am going to make a video and I'm going to talk about the NFC North, just my thoughts and just my opinions. Again, take this with a grain of salt. This isn't that serious. But I wanted to make my prediction and then I wanted to release the videos. I also want to say that in releasing each video, and I'll say that I've said this before and I'll probably continue to say it, please make sure to go show if each person has a YouTube channel and you're a fan of that team or you're just a football fan, please go to that channel and show them some love. Because they have been super gracious to me. And so if you watch my videos at all, or if you're interested in this at all, please go show those other people some love because I'm sure they would appreciate it. So I just want to say, I think the NFC North this year is going to be a division that gets the most teams into the playoffs. I think after what we saw the Lions do last year, after what we saw Green Bay do last year, what we saw Chicago really do in the draft and free agency, and what the Vikings have done, I think that division is going to be more competitive than what we're thinking. I will say when I release my videos, the videos are going to be in order of the team that I think is least likely to win the division up into the team that I think is most likely to win the division. And so I'm kind of cheating here and not really giving too much information, but I do want to say the team that I think I based off of my own research of how I feel like they did in free agency and the draft, also based off team history and how much I think how much their schedule plays into this. So I will say I was actually a little bit confused on how people determine strength of schedule. Where does that come from? How do they determine that? What does it even mean? Are they even accurate? And so I've taken the information that I've been able to get from strength of schedule. And so I have made my decision based off that. I think the last place team that might finish in the division will be first, and then we'll go up through and then we'll go through the rest of the teams. I don't know if I'm going to do this for my Steelers. I don't know if I'm going to do this for the AFC North. But here we are. I think it's a great idea to do as we start. And so also for this video, I just wanted to play some clips based on the interviews that I've had so you can kind of see the people, familiarize yourself with them and hear what they have to say about their teams, because I think it's cool just to share a little sneak peek from all four teams based off of the recording that we were able to do. Rival. But how did you feel overall you all did in free agency? Did you lose anybody you were upset to lose, or how do you feel like that went for you all?
Okay, as far as free agency and losing, I hated the fact that we let Aaron Jones go because that was the glue to the running game.
Okay.
The passing game out the backfield. He hasn't been the Aaron Jones that we have seen the past couple of years. We all know that the running back position now is running back by committee, but it's like he's the cowboy killer.
Yeah. Listen, I will always be a fan of his because of that. Anybody that shows up against teams that I don't like, I'm a fan.
He showed up and he made it be known. Every time I play the Cowboys, I'm gonna put it on y'all. So when we lost him, I'm like, man. But then I looked at his age and I was like, okay, I get it, Goody, I get it. But then when we picked up the guy from Josh Jacobs from the
Raiders.
I loved it. He's younger.
I didn't know that you guys got Josh Jacobs.
Yeah, we got Josh Jacobs. We also re-signed Quadzilla, AJ Dillon.
No, I was like Quadzilla. Who?
Quadzilla. we re-signed Quadzilla to I think it's like a vet minimum contract for a year.
Okay.
So I'm okay with it. So
why do they call that man Quadzilla?
If you see his thighs, you understand why they call him.
Oh, he's massive. Okay, he's a massive human. Okay, so he got the Packers agreed to a 4-year player qualifying contract under this unique and rarely used contract. Oh wow, how was that it at the time? Brett Favre going from Green Bay to Minnesota.
Yeah, as a kid, I was always a fan of him. I always just kind of liked his energy. I mean, I was a kid. I didn't know the Green Bay, Minnesota divisional rival thing, but
Yeah.
as a kid, I really liked Favre. I had a poster of him on my wall.
Okay.
He won that Super Bowl in 96, 97. And, everyone at school was like, Brett Favre. And I just joined the train and I stuck
Yeah.
with him. And I never really had an NFL team, though. I never really
Oh,
truly
okay.
had an NFL team growing up. I was more just doing what kids do, and growing up and kind of becoming a football fan, but mainly just sticking to college football. I
Right.
really,
Okay.
again, didn't have an NFL team. And, Favre left Green Bay. He was going to retire. He decided not to retire. He goes to the Jets. I kind of kept up with him a little bit, but it's the Jets. They're terrible. And then when he went to Minnesota in that 2009 offseason, I just got wrapped into all the hype, all the drama. NFL Network was playing this thing out like a movie. It was Favre watch. I remember the like a helicopter cam of him getting off the airplane at an airport in Minnesota, and I'm like, I just got wrapped all in it. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna pull for the Vikings. I love this. I love that he's gonna get back at Green Bay 2 times a year. And then it was just such a really, really good season, and I just
Yeah, it was.
became a big fan.
All right, let's see how this works. How did you feel when it was over?
I'm I try to be optimistic about the picks.
Okay.
We grabbed the tackle there out of Yale. Then we turned around and doubled down in the fourth round, grabbed the punter out of Iowa. I can understand that pick due to the fact that you want to pin off opposing offenses down in their own up against their own end zone. We have a punter that can actually do that now. Our punter before, Trenton Gill, he was okay, but I mean, we had punts of 25, 30 net yards. That's not really doing.
Yikes.
Yeah, I know it was kind of bad. So we got the kid out of Iowa. He's pretty much was known as the punt god. Outside of Ariza, who actually just caught back on in the NFL after those allegations that he faced. So I was excited about that. That was probably the third pick I was excited about. I mean, the tackle that we got out of Yale, he's going to be a project. What I'm saying? He's going to be a work in progress again, just for him getting stronger, getting acclimated to the game. I think he could start out as a good depth piece.
Okay.
And then, of course, we grabbed Booker, the edge out of Kansas. And again, his I would like to say that his measurables and intangibles are off the charts. Same way as they were with Javon Dexter last season, coming out of Florida, that we put at D tackle. And Javon Dexter had a hell of a rookie season. And he really came on down the stretch towards those last 9 games. So, a lot is left to be desired here with our draft picks. Again, like I said, we only had, I think, 4, so we'll see. We'll see. But the first
Why
two.
did you guys already only have 4 draft picks?
Yeah.
Who did you?
Well, we traded a draft pick away to the Buffalo Bills to grab their backup center that we're going to make our starting center.
Okay.
And that left us, with 5. We had 5, and then that left us with 4. And then, of course, with those 4 picks, we had to take what we had to take with those 4 picks. So,
okay.
They weren't, according to our general manager, Ryan Poles, he wasn't that enamored with the talent in this year's draft going beyond the second round. So, we'll see. We'll see how it plays out. Did he play his hand correctly?
This is fantastic.
Lions winning is good for everything Detroit, everything Michigan.
Yeah, it was nice.
And I'm going to get back to your playoff question. I made a statement to a few people. I said the Lions, now mind you, the Red Wings have like a bunch of Stanley Cup championships.
Okay.
They have 3. The Tigers even have 1 going back to 84. The Lions, if they had even made the Super Bowl, this would have been the biggest thing that ever happened to Detroit. And I'm not discrediting anything.
Yeah.
I'm not. because I was there in 04 when I was at the parade and all of that. Like I know what it feels like to be a champion in a town. Like it feels amazing. But if the Lions had just gone,
yeah,
oh my God, man, Detroit would have been tore up.
But I'm not kidding you. I feel like that night, so I don't know. I was talking to somebody or whatever, and I said, oh my God, the Lions were going to the Super Bowl. And I'm going, and I need to see what the line is, because I might bet on them against the Chiefs. Like that, like there was at a point where I was watching that game, and I just thought, you guys can run the ball, you can stop the run, like all the things you talk about in football.
We were up 24-7 at halftime.
Yeah, and all the different measurables that you measure in football, you guys have it. And I thought, this is their time, and we all get to see it. And well, obviously, but it was exciting to at least think about that for a minute, because
we were 30 minutes away. And I mean, to answer your question about Dan Campbell going for it, I know people have been waiting. I really feel like this, right? It was a lot of stuff that happened in that game. We were up 24-7. In the second half, it was a bunch of wonky stuff that started happening. The bounce off his helmet, like guys weren't making tackles that they were making. Like we were 3 and out every time. But what I think really, really hurt was what's his name? Reynolds, number 8. Reynolds dropped a couple of key balls.
He did.
Really needed. One would have been a touch.
I made sure to purposely not put those in any sort of order. So the order that you think you just saw, I tried to be very strategic and not put them in the order of which I thought those teams were going to finish in the division. But the truth is, it doesn't really matter what I think about how they were finished. I'm just throwing out my thoughts and throwing out my opinion. But anyways, I hope that you enjoy going on this NFL fan edition journey with me and watch this series and just see how everything plays out, because obviously I'm super excited and I can't stop talking and I can't stop smiling because I think it's going to be really cool. So anyways, let me know what you think in the comments below. Let me know your guesses on how you think I think this division is going to shake out. And here we go. Like here we go, as you would say if you're a Steelers fan. But seriously, we're off to a great start. I'm super excited for these to play. And don't forget to hit that subscribe button. So the subscribe button and the notification button. So every time a video drops, you can watch it and give me your opinions in the comments below. Again, thank you for coming with me on this journey. I'm super excited for you all to see it.